on top of your shoulders looking pretty. No, it is the most powerful piece of equipment you have got. Everything you have ever achieved, every goal you have ever reached, every blessing you have ever received, it all started right there between your ears. Your mind is a magnet, and whatever you are thinking about, you are attracting into your life. Think about this for a second. Every single thing that exists in your life right now, every circumstance, every relationship, every dollar in your bank account, all originated as a thought. Before your house was built, somebody thought about it. Before your car was manufactured, somebody thought about it. Before you got that job, you thought about applying for it. Nothing exists in your physical reality that did not first exist in somebody's mind. Now here is where it gets real. That same power that created everything around you is sitting right there in your head. You have got the same equipment that every successful person who has ever lived has had. You have got the same mental capacity that built empires, created inventions, wrote books, started movements, and changed the world. The only difference between where you are and where you want to be is how you are using that tool. But most people walk around treating their mind like it is nothing. They let any old thought just run wild in there. They let their mind become a dumping ground for negativity, fear, doubt, and worry. They treat the most powerful tool they own like it is a trash can. And then they wonder why their life looks like a mess. You cannot put garbage in your mind and expect excellence to come out of your life. Your mind works on a simple principle. What you put in is what you get out. If you plant apple seeds, you get apple trees. If you plant weeds, you get weeds. If you plant thoughts of success, abundance, purpose, and greatness, that is what grows in your life. If you plant thoughts of failure, lack, confusion, and mediocrity, well, you can guess what grows. See, most people are waiting for their life to change so they can start thinking better thoughts. They say, when I get the money, then I will think like a rich person. When I get the relationship, then I will think like a loved person. When I achieve success, then I will think like a successful person. But that is backwards. You have got to think the thoughts first, and then the life follows. You have got to use your mind intentionally, purposefully, and powerfully. The greatest minds in history understood this. They understood that the mind is not just a passive receiver of information. It is an active creator of reality. Your mind is not just recording what is happening to you. It is actually creating what is happening to you. Every thought you think is sending out a signal, and that signal is coming back to you in the form of your experiences. Whether you know it or not, you are sitting there programming yourself every single day. Every thought you have is like typing code into your brain. Do you think about failure? You are a programming failure. Do you think about success? You are programming success. Do you think you are not good enough? Guess what? You are programming yourself to be not good enough. Your brain is the most sophisticated computer ever created, and you are the programmer. But here is the problem. Most people do not even realize they are programming anything. They just let random thoughts run through their mind all day long. They wake up thinking about problems. They go to work thinking about how much they hate their job. They come home thinking about everything wrong in their life. And then they go to sleep and do it all over again the next day. That is programming yourself for misery. That is programming yourself for struggle. That is programming yourself for a life that is way below what you are capable of living. You are literally writing code that says, I am not enough. I cannot do it. Things never work out for me. I am always going to struggle. And your brain, being the obedient computer that it is, says, okay, and it executes that program perfectly. But what if you started programming yourself differently? What if you woke up every morning and the first thing you programmed into your mind was gratitude? What if you spent your day programming thoughts of possibility, opportunity, and solutions? What if, before you went to bed, you programmed your mind with your goals, your dreams, and your vision for your future? Let me tell you what would happen. Your whole life would start to shift, because your brain does not know the difference between what is real and what you are consistently telling it is real. If you keep programming success, your brain starts looking for ways to make you successful. If you keep programming abundance, your brain starts noticing opportunities for abundance. If you keep programming with confidence, your brain starts making you act confident. This is not some mystical, magical thinking. This is neuroscience. This is how your brain actually works. Your brain is something called the reticular activating system. It is like a filter that determines what information gets your attention. And that filter is set by what you think about most. If you think about problems, your brain filters your reality to show you more problems. If you think about solutions, your brain filters your reality to show you solutions. You are literally programming the filter through which you see the world. You are deciding what you notice, what you focus on, what you believe is possible, and what you believe is impossible. And all of that programming is determining the actions you take, the decisions you make, and ultimately the results you get in your life. So I am asking you right now, what are you programming? What code are you writing into your brain every single day? Is it serving you or is it sabotaging you? Because I guarantee you, whatever you are programming is exactly what you are experiencing in your life right now. Stop renting space in your head to negativity. Here is what I see every day. People give free rent in their minds to negativity, doubt, fear, and worry. You have got haters living rent-free in your head. Your ex is living rent-free in your head. Your past mistakes living rent-free in your head. It is time to evict all of them. You need to put up a no vacancy sign for anything that does not serve your purpose. Your mind is prime real estate. It is a valuable property, and you are the landlord. But somewhere along the way, you stopped checking who you were letting move in. You just opened the doors and let anybody set up camp. Every criticism somebody ever said to you, come on in, set up a tent. Every failure you ever experienced, make yourself at home. Every fear about the future, here is a key. Stay as long as you want. And now you wonder why you feel so crowded, so overwhelmed, so stuck. It is because you have got squatters living in your mind that have no business being there. You have got thoughts renting space that should have been evicted years ago. You have beliefs taking up room that are not even yours. There are things other people told you, things society programmed into you, things that were never true in the first place. Let me tell you something. Just because a thought shows up does not mean you have to let it stay. Just because somebody planted a negative belief in your mind does not mean you have to water it and let it grow. You have the power to evict any thought that does not serve your future. You have the authority to kick out any belief that is holding you back. But you have to be intentional about it. You have to start paying attention to what thoughts you are allowing to take up space in your mind. When a thought of doubt comes knocking, you have to check it at the door. When fear tries to move in, you have to say, no, there is no room for you. When negativity tries to set up camp, you have to shut it down immediately. This is not about being unrealistic or pretending problems do not exist. This is about being strategic with your mental real estate. This is about recognizing that your mind is a limited space and you cannot afford to waste it on thoughts that are not moving you toward your goals. Every minute you spend thinking about what you cannot do is a minute you could have spent thinking about what you can do. I know some of you are thinking, but I cannot control what pops into my head. You are right. You cannot always control the first thought, but you absolutely can control the second thought. You can control whether you entertain it or dismiss it. You can control whether you meditate on it or replace it. You can control whether you give it energy or you starve it out. Your thoughts today are creating your tomorrow. What you are thinking about right this second is building your future. Not next year, right now. You want to know where you're going to be in 5 years. Look at what you are thinking about today. Your thoughts are the blueprint and life is the construction crew. They are building exactly what you are designing in your mind. Every single thought you think is a brick. Every belief you hold is a foundation stone. Every vision you imagine is a beam in the structure of your future. And day by day, thought by thought, you are constructing the life you are going to live. The question is, are you building something you actually want to live in? Most people are building their future by default instead of by design. They are not intentionally choosing their thoughts, so their thoughts are choosing them. They are not deliberately constructing their future, so their future is being constructed by whatever random thoughts happen to run through their mind. And then 5 years later, they look around and say, how did I end up here? I will tell you how, one thought at a time. If you spend today thinking about lack, in 5 years you will be living in a house of lack. If you spend today thinking about limitations, in 5 years you will be living in a house of limitations. If you spend today thinking about how things never work out for you, in 5 years you will be living in a house where nothing works out. Your thoughts are not just thoughts. They are the construction materials of your future. But here is the beautiful part. If you do not like the future you are building, you can change the blueprint right now. You can stop construction on that house of mediocrity and start building a mansion of excellence. You can tear down that foundation of fear and lay a new foundation of faith. You can redesign your entire future by redesigning your thoughts today. This is not a someday thing. This is not a when I get my life together thing. This is a right now thing. The thoughts you are thinking today, in this moment, are creating your tomorrow. If you want a different tomorrow, you need different thoughts today. If you want a better next year, you need better thoughts right now. If you want an extraordinary future, you need to start thinking extraordinary thoughts immediately. See, time is going to pass whether you change your thoughts or not. 5 years from now is coming regardless. The only question is, what are you going to build between now and then? Are you going to keep thinking the same thoughts and building the same life? Or are you going to take control of your thoughts and construct something amazing? Poverty starts in the mind. Let me tell you something that might hurt. Poverty is a mindset before it is ever a reality. I do not care how much money you do not have in your bank account right now. If you think like you are broke, you are going to stay broke. But if you think like you are wealthy, if you think like success is your birthright, that is when things start changing. I've seen people with nothing in their pockets who thought like millionaires, and within a few years, they became millionaires. I have also seen people win the lottery, get millions of dollars, and within a few years, they are broke again. Why? Because they had a poverty mindset. The money came, but the mindset did not change. And eventually the outside had to match the inside. You cannot sustain anything on the outside that you have not built on the inside. If your mind is programmed for poverty, you will find a way to be poor no matter how much money comes your way. You will sabotage it. You will spend it foolishly. You will make bad investments. You will give it all away because your mind has to create a reality that matches your thinking. This is why you see people who grow up poor and make it out, but they still think poor. They get the good job, but they still have the scarcity mindset. They make good money, but they still think like there is never enough. They achieve success, but they still feel like it is all going to be taken away. The outside circumstances changed, but the inside programming did not. Real wealth starts in your mind. Before you can be financially wealthy, you have to be mentally wealthy. You have to start seeing yourself as abundant. You have to start thinking like resources are available to you. You have to start believing that you are worthy of success, deserving of prosperity, and capable of creating wealth. This does not mean you ignore your current reality. This does not mean you pretend you have money when you do not. This means you stop letting your current reality define your thinking. This means you stop thinking like your current circumstances are permanent. This means you start thinking from where you are going, not from where you have been. Poor people think about how to spend money. Wealthy people think about how to make money. Poor people think about what things cost. Wealthy people think about what things are worth. Poor people think about survival. wealthy people think about legacy. It is not about the money in the account. It is about the mindset in the mind. You cannot think small and live big. This is simple mathematics. You cannot have little, tiny, scared thoughts and expect to live a massive, abundant, extraordinary life. It does not work that way. If you are thinking about just getting by, you are going to just get by. If you are thinking about surviving, you are only going to survive. But if you are thinking about thriving, that is when you thrive. Your thoughts set the limits of your life. Whatever you think is possible becomes your ceiling. If you think small, you achieve small. If you think big, you achieve big. It is not the other way around. You do not achieve big and then start thinking big. You think big first, and then the achievement follows. I meet people all the time who tell me about their little goals. They want to make a little more money. They want to be a little happier. They want things to be a little better. And I am telling you that little thinking is keeping you in a little life. You were not created for little. You were not put on this earth to live a small, insignificant, barely getting by kind of life. But you have been programmed to think small. Society tells you to be realistic. Your family tells you to play it safe. Your circumstances tell you to lower your expectations. And bit by bit, you have shrunk your thinking down to the size of your current reality. You have made your thoughts fit your situation instead of making your situation fit your thoughts. Here is what you need to understand. Big thinking does not cost any more than small thinking. It does not take any more energy to think about building an empire than it does to think about just getting by. It does not require any more effort to imagine an extraordinary life than it does to imagine a mediocre one. The only difference is the size of the vision in your mind. But big thinking produces big results. When you think big, you take bigger actions. When you think big, you spot bigger opportunities. When you think big, you develop a bigger capacity. When you think big, you attract bigger blessings. Your thinking determines the size of your life, and you have been thinking way too small for way too long. It is time to expand your thinking. It is time to stop putting limits on what you believe is possible. It is time to stop letting fear make your decisions. It is time to stop letting your past determine your future. It is time to think bigger thoughts about who you are, what you are capable of, and what you are going to accomplish. What you focus on expands. This is a law of the universe. Whatever you give your attention to grows. You focus on problems, your problems get bigger. You focus on opportunities, your opportunities multiply. You focus on what you do not have. You will never have enough. You focus on gratitude. Watch how much more comes into your life. Your focus is like a magnifying glass. Whatever you put that magnifying glass over gets bigger. Put it over your problems and your problems become huge. Put it over your blessings and your blessings become abundant. Put it over your fears and your fears become overwhelming. Put it over your faith and your faith becomes unstoppable. Most people are focused on all the wrong things. They wake up focused on what is wrong. They go through their day focused on what is missing. They end their day focused on what did not work out. And then they wonder why their life feels so negative. It is because that is where all their focus is. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. And where your energy flows, results grow. If all your energy is flowing toward problems, you are going to grow more problems. If all your energy is flowing toward negativity, you are going to grow more negativity. If all your energy is flowing toward what you lack, you are going to experience more lack. But the moment you shift your focus, everything changes. When you start focusing on solutions instead of problems, you start finding solutions everywhere. When you start focusing on possibilities instead of limitations, possibilities start opening up. When you start focusing on abundance instead of scarcity, abundance starts showing up. This is not just positive thinking. This is a strategic focus. This is understanding that you have limited attention and unlimited options for where to direct it. Every moment of every day, you are choosing what to focus on. And that choice is determining what expands in your life. You have to become intentional about your focus. You have to guard it. you have to protect. You have to direct it toward what you want to grow. Because I promise you, whatever you are focusing on today is what you are going to have more of tomorrow.